All right, guys. Sorry for a rough connection there, but we're back. We are live here in Brazil, so sometimes the connection can be a little tough. But we are here with Chef Bernardo. I mean, the smells in this kitchen are absolutely amazing. He is cooking down fresh chocolate. Now, we've got these cacao pods that I did just climb the tree and pull these out. These are grown right here. And these are absolutely amazing. We're going to show you some really cool things that can be done with these. And this is a larger pod cracked open. And this is what a cocoa bean looks like. This is where, right when they come out of the pod, they've got this kind of slimy, it's not really that slimy though, just kind of wet. And
how do you do that?
you actually eat them.
So Chef Parker?
Do that? They look like brains.
They do kind of look like brains, but they taste amazing. It's like a little bit between, a little bit of a passion fruit flavor and kind of lychee
Really?
mixed. You don't eat the whole pod, but you can just kind of suck the fruit off of these, and they're absolutely delicious. We're also in a little bit, so you guys got to stick around to the end. Show you how to make an incredible cocktail. We're gonna make caipirinha out of the fresh cocoa pod. Let's see if we can get you around the kitchen and see what Chef Bernardo was up to.
Okay, let's go back to the kitchen. We're back with our chef, and the smell in here is amazing, right, Parker Lee?
Yes. Daddy, when are your friends going to invent smell-o-vision?
Yes.
It is time for smell-o-vision.
It is time for smell-o-vision. So,
By the way,
Oi, Chef Bernardo.
hola.
Um prazer. Oi.
By the way, smell-o-vision was my idea.
Okay. Now, let's see what we're making in here. What do we have?
So we have here, so these are all of these are the fresh cocoa beans, right, as you just saw, fresh out of the pod. And then this is how long, Bernardo?
Esse processo aqui é o processo inicial. A gente retira essa polpa num processo de secagem no sol e fica esse ponto aqui. Depois ele, mais ou menos umas 4 horas para chegar esse processo aqui.
From the fresh to that is 4 hours.
Just about 4 hours, and all that flesh is pretty much dried up. And then,
Isso. Esse processo aqui já dura mais ou menos umas 5 horas em cima do forno. Esse processo em cima do forno.
And then the next stage, 5 more hours in the oven.
in the oven, or not even necessarily in the oven, but what they'll typically do is actually just set these on top of the oven because they want to roast them very, very slowly, very gently. They're really, really easy to burn, and they'll become very bitter.
Tira essa pele dele, depois faz a secagem no forno e faz a torragem depois, que dura mais ou menos uns 3, 4 dias total.
So 3 or 4 days. So 3 or 4 days these need to sit, and that's kind of the fermentation of the bean where the flavor is really going
So
to
it goes
to
from
develop.
fresh
To a little bit dried, and they can be peeled
Tira a
here.
polpa para
Yeah.
secar.
So you can see the difference between a bean that was peeled and a bean that was not peeled. Much rougher, much coarser. This is really smooth, and you see after the roasting. But these can be peeled then at any time, or just simply by breaking these like this. You see the skin is going to slide right off, and really important. Chef Bernardo has told us to get rid of that skin because it's going to leave your chocolate very bitter.
Yeah, once again, guys, we have some questions about what beans these are. These are cacao. This is chocolate. We're making homemade chocolate in Brazil.
Para mais ou menos antecipar tudo, esse processo aqui é esse mesmo, só que esse aqui é o início e esse aqui é o fim.
Same process, the beginning and the end.
So this is all the way through. This is the exact same bean. It's just kind of, we're seeing it in the different stages. This after just a few hours of drying on top of the oven. This after a few days. Or they can just be left out in the sun. Here it's warm enough. They can sit in 90 degrees in the sun. That fermentation starts to happen, which really builds a great flavor in the beans and dries them out nicely. And then again, they get peeled and then crushed down to this.
Okay, but I see the real deal back here. Most importantly, I see the liquid chocolate. So how do we go from the bean to that delicious pot of chocolate back there?
Nesse processo aqui já torrado, já conseguimos apurar um sabor de amêndoas, de flores, tudo isso o chocolate proporciona. E a gente bate com açúcar, que fica o chocolate em pó, que pode ser feito chocolate quente e outros processos também.
So as Chef Bernardo was saying, with these particular Brazilian beans, they have this really great kind of roasted almond and floral aroma. that you just smell so well in this bean, you know, as it is here. What they do next is just take these beans whole and basically put them in the blender with some sugar. So grinding these down with just sugar, and then often in the kitchen it is kept just like this. And this is, you know, this is like your Nestle Quick. This is your quick, you know, your quick chocolate milk mix. They keep jars of this.
Really, really good Nestle.
And so now you've got all that cocoa flavor, but it's sweet, and so you could just kind of shake it up with a little bit of milk and have the most incredible chocolate milk ever.
Esse processo aqui,
Yes.
I should
adiciona.
go to Brazil for Halloween to get all the chocolate.
Parker thinks this might be prime trick-or-treating area come Halloween. She wants to be back here in October next year.
Okay, Chef Bernardo is adding and telling us something.
Então, esse processo aqui, a gente adiciona leite no mixer. no processo-
Just to that pulverized chocolate, you add a little bit of regular cow's milk.
E fica com essa textura.
And let's look at
Esse é o
that.
processo inicial da
Look
gente
how
iniciar o chocolate.
rich and delicious and creamy. And I think we're gonna have a little taste tester in a
Depois
moment.
desse processo, panela, mais ou menos 50 minutos.
Ah, okay.
That took enough. That took enough.
So this is just milk,
Can I?
ground cocoa beans, and a little bit of sugar. You know, right here. Milk, ground cocoa beans, and sugar.
Go into
And
close up.
this really you can get. I mean, it's smooth. You know, it's not perfectly smooth.
But it's perfectly delicious.
It is perfectly delicious. I mean, it's like an incredible chocolate ganache. It's got a little bit of texture. It's got a little bit more character. It's got a touch, you know, it's got a touch of bitterness, but just like in the really best way, that great cocoa bitterness.
Okay, and then we add it to the pot.
Right. So now we've got it here. Now they've been cooking this for about 40 minutes in the pot, and
Isso, depois de 50 minutos ele vai estar mais ou menos assim, nesse processo aqui, ó, soltando
Really
da panela.
thickening up.
Vendo ali? Soltando bem da panela.
getting very, very thick now. That's, you know, just the chocolate working in the pot, and this is a process that has to be done very slowly and very carefully. Otherwise, it's going to burn. It's going to become very, very bitter. So as he's been cooking this down, and we've been tasting it along the way with Chef Bernardo. We've
Aqui a gente vai finalizar. Tira a mãozinha.
been tasting this along the way, and it is just getting absolutely developing such an incredible flavor. The bitterness is picking up a little bit, and so right here now he's sliding it, just turning it out onto the marble.
E a gente
There
vai,
it is.
esse processo aqui, ele vai esfriar,
Looks like fudge, right? How we would make fudge in the States.
vai começar a secar. Vai demorar mais ou menos um processo de 5 a 6 horas para secar totalmente, para chegar a esse ponto aqui.
About 5 to 6 hours for that to kind of harden and just sit there.
Isso, para chegar a esse ponto. Nesse ponto aqui, o chocolate ele tá bem amargo.
Very
Esse
good,
aqui
nice
secou
and
bastante.
bitter.
Esse aqui ele tá ao leite.
And then this one, so this is the very kind of pure chocolate. Can of course be bitter. This is with the addition of milk, but it's still around 70%, I would think, right?
E lembrando que nesse processo aqui, você pode fazer vários outros alimentos. Por exemplo, você pode fazer o brownie de chocolate com ele.
And we love the
All
brownies.
right, so these are some incredible brownies that they make with the chocolate here. And then again, this is that fresh, you know, cooked chocolate. And really, you can just now, you know, sit here and wait to harden. I mean, it's going to take a few hours for that to come all the way, for that to come all the way up.
A gente pode fazer
What
Oi.
kind of chocolate is that?
aqui no chá totalmente 100% de chocolate.
70%
Sage.
chocolate, and that's his chocolate ice cream. And Bernardo is famous on the Cuadrado, on the town square, for his amazing chocolate ice cream, right? We have another official taste test that's about to happen, I think.
Ó.
Oi, in the bowl. Should we move in, Parker? Hold on, let's let Bernardo.
No, me. Me only. You take the line, I taste.
I think we're both getting this. Let's go in and tell everybody
So-
what we think this tastes like.
If I were to use one word, it would be that's my
It
only.
is. It's aromatic. It's perfume. It's really unlike anything we've ever tasted.
So we are now here with the fresh chocolate ice cream. This is Chef Bernardo's chocolate, and just mixed with milk. And they have a Paco Jet, which they use here, which is one of the most incredible tools.
What's a Paco Jet?
Yeah, what happened to Paco Jet?
The chocolate, the canister.
Linda
So-
just wrote in, the fresh chocolate can't be beat. Linda, you are right. I mean, there is absolutely nothing like this.
So Paco Jet is an incredible machine. They have it in the kitchen next door. The ice cream base, so just the fresh chocolate made mixed with milk, is put into this canister, frozen solid, and then a very powerful high-speed blender blade moves down into this and aerates this. Basically turns a solid block of frozen chocolate into the most incredible ice cream. It's a really fantastic tool. You'll see it in all the top kitchens, all over the place. You see it all over New York City, across Spain. I mean, everywhere.
Would it be more like a frozen chocolate ganoche? Is that how you kind of classify it?
No, it's ice cream. It's ice cream because it has all those properties. It's aerated, it's creamy, it's absolutely amazing. But you could even do that right from a ganache. But the flavor in this ice cream,
Right, it's
It's
aromatic, it's nutty, it's vanilla, it's floral, it's all
those
that.
what Bernardo was talking about, that floral and roasted almond flavors are really there. So again, what they do here almost every day, making this chocolate. First, just harvesting these cocoa pods.
Oi.
This is the official way I learned. Bernardo showed me to open the cocoa pod
You're gonna break the counter, not the bean.
just like that. And then these beans come out. So 4 to 5 days drying these out in the sun. But I'm still just blown away. This most amazing thing. And you can just eat those just like that. They have such a cool flavor. Again, it's kind of like passion fruit and lychee mixed.
Wow.
So delicious.
And it is the weekend, so we have our
the
chocolate
weekend.
brownies, we have our chocolate ice cream, but what's one more
Yes.
thing that we're going to make with the chocolate?
We're gonna leave Chef Bernardo in here. Say obrigado. As he's
Obrigado.
molding up his chocolate, and we're gonna go
Bye.
see my friend.
Bye. Hasta luego.
Okay.
Okay, on to the UXUA absolutely beautiful pool bar.
I wish I could own that.
Okay, honey, you moved in here. Oh, Richardson. Oi. Hi, this is the best bartender here, Richardson. He's going to teach us some amazing things with chocolate.
So, today I'm gonna show how to make caipirinha, cacau caipirinha. But a curious fact about the caipirinha, because it was created in 1918 in a country town in São Paulo. It was a homemade medicine with garlic and lime and honey and a little bit
You
cachaça.
said it was medicine?
Yeah.
So the caipirinha in
You're kind of medicine.
my kind of medicine. In 1918 in Sao Paulo,
Yeah.
it was honey, garlic, cachaça was a medicine for Spanish flu.
Yeah, against the Spanish flu. Then they had the idea to make a drink just with the cachaça, lime, and the sugar. They took out the garlic,
Everybody was feeling better from the flu, but wanted to keep up with the cachaça. So
Keep the
they're
party
like,
going.
No
Yeah.
more garlic, no more honey. We just put a little pure cane sugar and some lime and some soda
Yeah.
and or a little water, and there we go. So Richardson is going to teach us, and he's been making me for these here and there, making these for me now. They're absolutely incredible. We're going to use the fresh cacao bean to make the caipirinha.
Yeah. So we're gonna use the cacao, cachaça, sugar, some ice, one shaker, and one mixing drink. Okay. So we're gonna use the cacao.
So just scraping out those fresh cacao beans again to have that really, really flavorful flesh around the outside of the bean. It's just got a kind of a wonderful tropical fruit flavor of kind of like a lychee, and it's got a little bit of that passion fruit aromatic.
Definitely fruity. It's not like a chocolate martini, right? It's
No.
It's none of that. It's a really tropical, fruity drink, actually.
You know, in fact, tasting this, you'd never even assume that there were chocolate in it.
So, the cacao. Now, we're gonna use 2 small spoons of sugar. So, with the cachaça, we're gonna use 1.5 ounces, 45 ml. Okay?
So no muddling here with the cocoa beans because that'll break them up and release a lot of that bitterness from the bean. So just really stirring the cocoa bean with the cachaça and the sugar to kind of dissolve that fruit from the outside and let all that flavor infuse to the cachaça.
And we have also one chorinho. Chorinho means a little bit more.
And a little bit more, right? That's always a good
Drop more.
thing. In the South, we call it the angel share, right? A little extra.
Okay, now we stir hard for 10 seconds.
10 seconds. So really working that up, getting that sugar to dissolve with the cachaça, and all of that fruit is starting to pull away from the cocoa bean, the cacao bean, infusing into that cachaça.
I think our first day here, we had one of these at lunch, and I wanted to go back and take a nap. You know what? The nap didn't happen because there's a good amount of caffeine. Go in for the close-up. Huh, look at that.
I think 10, 12 cubes of ice. I know the amount of the ice already.
Richardson is a pro at making these. He's got the system down. Just the right amount of cubes to add to this.
Now we shake.
Let's see.
You use your creativity to make the decoration.
So look at that, a line of the fresh cacao beans just dropped right in.
It's done.
And there it is. And now I get to be the taste tester.
Saúde.
Saúde.
Saúde. Oh, absolutely delicious. So fresh and tropical and fruity. Again, you would never know that this was made from the cacao. There's no chocolate flavors. It's not anything like a chocolate martini. It's really just bright and delicious and fresh. I love this. We've got a beautiful scene here at UXUA. So I'm going to kick back with my drink and thank you guys all for joining us.
And thank you, Richardson, for
Thank
making this
you.
with us. And now we're going to go home and make these all throughout Christmas.
Cheers.
Saúde.